Hello and welcome to this introductory session on deep learning. You may be wondering, what is deep learning? Well, deep learning is an artificial intelligence function that imitates the workings of the human brain in processing data and creating patterns for use in decision making. Let's look at neural networks, which are a fundamental component of deep learning systems. Every neural network is composed of building blocks known as perceptrons, which look like these. Just like a neuron in the human brain, the perceptron has numerous input channels and an output channel. In this case, the number of input channels is equal to 3. The perceptron's inputs get operated on by specific numbers corresponding to each of the inputs, known as weights. The inputs are multiplied by their respective weights and then added together. A number is added to this result, which is called the bias. Finally, this result is passed through a function which is non-linear in nature. That is, its graph, when plotted, is not linear, is not a straight line. And this results in the output y. Okay, this is the basic task that goes on in every neural network. Let's see how an artificial neural network of this sort can be used to perform a task such as image classification. An image consists of pixels. Pixel values are numbers that represent the intensity of light at the point of the pixel. There are 3 pixel values at each location for red, green and blue colors. Let's say that for simplicity, the image just has 4 pixels, and instead of this square shape that they are fit in, we arrange them in a straight line, that is a vector. Let's then pass this vector as the input to an artificial neural network. The operations that we discussed previously will be performed on this array of numbers, which is a vector. They'll get multiplied by their corresponding weights, get summed up, added to the bias, and then passed through a special function at the end. What we have here is 3 individual perceptrons, essentially. This is 1, 2, and 3, and they're placed side by side to make a bigger network. We get a different set of numbers in this array as a result of this set of operations. This set of 3 numbers then gets processed in a similar way, that is multiplied by weights, add together, add the bias, pass through a special function and give this output at the end. What we want this system to do is predict whether an image of 4 pixels has a cat in it or not. Let's say, suppose you want to build a cat recognizer, that is an image when passed in has to be classified according to whether or not it has a cat in it. And you want your network built by this to perform it by itself without human supervision. Let's say that the rule is that the model outputs 1 if a cat is present in the image and 0 if there is no cat in the image. So the $1,000,000 question is, how do we make our model follow this rule of outputting 1 when there's a cat and 0 when there's no cat? How do we build such a system? Well, we pass in hundreds of images through this model and make our model predict whether each image contains a cat or not. If there is a cat and the model says there is a cat, then that's great. Or if there isn't a cat and the model correctly predicts this, then that's great too. But whenever our model makes mistakes though, we penalize it and tune the model to make it better at getting the correct result for those images. This is done by changing the values of the weights and the bias terms. To read more about this, you can check out the link in the description. Ultimately, as a result of constant corrections to our model, whenever our model fails to predict the correct result, after passing through hundreds of images and training our network on making correct predictions for those images, we are able to make this network quite good at its task. So these are the basics that go into building all kinds of deep learning systems. If you are curious about this and interested in learning more, I would suggest visiting the links in the description to get a better understanding of what goes under the hood in updating the weights and the bias terms and improving the model at each junction. That's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next tutorial.